Call meeting to order. You stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman, if you listen for it, please.
Heavenly Father, we come to you with humble hearts, and we ask that you give us wisdom as we make decisions that will affect our community. We ask you to bless our community and all of the residents. We ask you to touch Jean and Rod as they're battling illness tonight and can't be here with us, Lord. We ask you to bless and protect our employees, police officers, and first responders. We thank the members of the military, both past and present, and ask that you keep them safe. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, well, we have Mr. Fair and Mr. McKinney are absent tonight.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, Bennett,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Motion for the minutes?
Second.
Got it. Okay. Bailey,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes.
Brittany, anything you don't understand, don't be afraid to put your hand up and ask, okay?
Okay, but you'll make fun of it.
All right, bills.
Motion for the bills?
Second.
All right, Bennett,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes.
All right. Hourly workers' time report. Okay, fireman's time.
Motion to pay the fireman's time?
Second. Oh, sorry.
Is that Richards or was that?
You can go through it. I started.
No, no, there we go. All right, Bennett,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes.
All right. Oh, no, I'm up now. All right. This is the second. Yes. Okay. Resolution 2001, resolution making permanent appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Beach City, State of Ohio. This second reading. We don't have enough to make.
Was there a time thing on that thing? Because
Well, she wanted it to go,
she wanted
but
it
we
back,
didn't,
but we
but
can't
we
do
don't have
it.
the people, so we're gonna have to leave that go for right now. Okay. Don't know if she is, okay, yeah, okay. She wanted to know, did you wanna go to that seminar, Brittany?
Yeah, I give it a.
Okay. We need,
Motion.
we need to encumber $75.
I made a motion for it.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, Bennett,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes,
and Shaw.
Yes.
Okay.
she'll pay you mileage too,
Yeah, she'll pay the money.
okay?
Okay, it says here that she's working on the USDA yearly report for the sewer department loan. I don't understand, did it need to enter something in appropriations? I'm not sure what that is. And she said she's going to contact Apple Creek Bank to proceed with the loan for the police car. And that is all she has. So. Now,
Can I ask a question?
yes, you can.
Didn't we do all that stuff with police car?
Yeah, but she needs, for some reason, she needs to, I don't know why, but she needs to contact them to proceed with the loan. We already have the car, right, Chief? Or don't we? Oh, okay, well, she has to talk to him. For some reason, she wrote that down. She got to talk to him about the loan.
Maybe that's because they delay.
Right, that might have been it. Okay, no visitor public speaks. Do we have any council complaints? That's good. Fire.
I got just a few things tonight. First of all, I apologize for not coming in last week. I didn't really have much to bring up, so I took the night off. But report a call. So far year to date, we run 18 calls. As of the same time in 2019, we were at 27. So we're behind a little bit so far for the month. We've had several traumatizing calls for our members over the last few weeks, and I'm sure you've heard about them. Our guys are all pulling together, they're doing good, and, you know, unfortunately, like I've said before, we see a lot of things that nobody should have to see, and we just move on and we do the best we can. So kudos to our guys. Again, you know, we go out the door, we never know what we're gonna encounter. So our mutual aid summary, this is from January 8th to February 3rd, because I wasn't at the last meeting. We give Brewster Fire mutual aid 5 times, and we give Wilmot Fire mutual aid 1 time. We did not receive any mutual aid for them weeks, which is pretty good. So a few things I do need to ask for tonight. Stark State has a fire course. It starts March 28th and 29th. The cost of this course is $327.60 each. I got 2 members that I need to send to this course, Jesse Bryan and Dustin King. It's a total of $655.20. Jesse already has his books. He put himself through the course. He did not make it, so he has his books. So I believe we're going to save $123 off of that. So just to be safe, I'm going to ask for approval for $655.20. That's the full amount. Then if something comes up, we have it if we need to get the books, but I don't think we're going to need to. It should be more like $532.20 is what it should cost. But we got to get these guys in and get them trained.
Is that all the money?
I got one more thing. Well, I got a few things for money, but I only got one more that I can be specific on price. So let me go ahead and jump to that. With it being the new year, our dues are all coming in. Tusk County Firefighters Association was $50. I think Deb might have already paid that. I wanted to ask her. I got to look into that. It come over a few weeks ago. Tonight I have the Stark County Firefighters Association dues. It's $46 for the department. And I also have the Stark County Fire Chiefs Association dues, which would be $35. That'll cover both me and Assistant Chief McDonald. So the total on all them dues that I brought over tonight is $81. If she didn't get that $50, I'll straighten that out with her when I can get with her. So so I guess I'm asking for the $655.20 plus 81. I didn't add it up, whatever that is.
I'll make a motion for that.
You said-
And make sure you clear it with Debbie then.
I will.
Okay.
I'll talk to her. Yep.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion by Bailey. All right, Bennett,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Schott.
Yes.
So now here's the other things that I can't be specific on price. This one we have to do. I need an emergency PO for our heavy rescue truck. The heavy rescue truck, the brakes are extremely weak on it. We adjust the slack adjusters and they back right back out. So I think the slack adjusters are shot on it. It is a 98, so it's going on 30 years old. I would like to get it down to Dover brake. I have to get it down to Dover brake. We're not going to continue to run it much longer the way it is. I mean, it's just a safety issue. So I would definitely get with Debbie on that, but that's going to be an emergency PO. We're going to have to do it. I don't know what we're talking cost until I get the truck down there.
I
So.
can make a motion to go ahead and let you go down there. Make sure you clear it with Debbie. on the amount of money.
I'll talk to Debbie either tomorrow, I was supposed to be off today and yesterday, or today and tomorrow, good God, I came and talked. And I'm actually working overtime because they put a lot more on us at work, so I would definitely get with Debbie before I do anything, so.
So I'll go ahead and make that motion.
What
Or you
unit?
take it to do it
It's
break.
Rescue 138,
Okay.
it's the 98 Freightliner.
I'll second.
All right, Bennett,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Shaw.
Yes.
Okay.
One question I got about, the thing on the fire calls, Brewster, are all them calls, the ones where we all go?
Some, when I give a mutual aid summary, some of it is automatic aid. So to be fair to them, I mean, they would provide us automatic aid the same we provide them. So I don't wanna be misleading, I think most of these were EMS calls. And, also to be fair to them, they had an ambulance go down, so, Brewster's notorious for
No, it's
running
okay.
2-3
I just-
calls
I
at a
just
time,
wanted to
and
know.
we were just being their second up for a while. So yes, it would be included, I don't believe we've had any structure fires, so, knock on wood.
But we are still doing the same thing like Navarre, Brewster, Wilmot, and us, right?
Navarre's not in it. If we drop a structure fire, it is Brewster, Wilmot, and Beach City that are all dual tone or tri-toned, if you will.
I thought we used to have Bethlehem and Navarre.
No, sir. Nope. Our,
I'm sorry.
all-call agreement was always between Brewster, Beach City, and Wilmot.
Okay,
So if it's a structure fire, it's a grass fire that's and coming up onto an oil well, something of that sort, it's an automatic all-call.
did you understand that, Brittany? A lot of people, okay, because we go with everybody goes at the same, for all the calls.
That was put into effect, I wanna say, clear back when Hollinger was here, and I'm gonna tell you, it's probably the best thing we ever did, so, we definitely don't wanna lose that. And we have a very good working relationship with both Wilmot and Brewster, I mean, we train all the time together and we run all the time together, so. But yeah, them numbers are definitely in the mutual aid, so.
On the report she gives out, she always has ambulance or fire written down,
Mm-hmm.
so that lets you know whether it's.
Right, and I have that, yeah.
Oh,
All right, so, moving on, another thing, and I'm not gonna go into this too much, cause we don't know where we're at with money. But you guys know I put off servicing our Jaws of Life until this year. I'll be getting with you soon on that, just so you're aware. Without Debbie being here, there's no sense in even speculating, we can go for a little bit with that, so. So just some general things I got, the light bar is on engine 132. It's on the front of the engine, we still got the 2 mini bars need to be put on the back, they were waiting on parts. But the biggest concern was the front light bar, it's up, it's running. It got used for hours the other night out on Justice Avenue, it works great. It's really a nice addition to that truck, it really is. Where am I at? I'm losing my spot here. FireCat, you guys already approved this. They will be in on June 11th and June 12th. We'll be doing our hose testing over at the middle school. That money's all been approved. They just got back to us on the schedule. So that's when our trucks will be over there. I would say one of them days, I don't think they're gonna drag us out over 2, but at least one of them days, and they'll test all our hose. The next Wednesday, February 12th, I have an ISO rating guy coming in. We gotta do our ISO. I appreciate Jeff getting with me on the consumption rates on the water. Another thing he wants to know about flow testing. I know we haven't flow tested our hydrants recently. I don't think he's gonna wait, unfortunately, that's probably gonna ding us on this ISO, but it is what it is. I'll see, I know me and Jeff talked about this spring, if we can get together, maybe he'll wait, I don't know until Wednesday when the guy gets here. But that's a pretty big deal, that'll take a little while over there, so I've been busy gathering information for that. That's coming up next Wednesday.
what is ISO, Bill?
ISO is your insurance ratings through, so like you call to get insurance pricing or quote through an insurance company, they'll look up what your fire protection is, your ISO rating, and that'll actually dictate the prices you pay. I think we do it every 5 years. The last time we had it done, Casey was chief, and it's a process. It takes a while. It's not something we do in 10 minutes. It takes a little while to do it. So it's coming up Wednesday. I wish I could say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm really not. Our fire decks gear that we got through our 2018 FEMA grant is obviously in. As you can see, the 30 boxes over here, I gotta get back across the street. It's ordered, it's starting to come in. Our gloves come in the other day. These are all our boots and our Nomax hoods. I would imagine soon we'll have 16 helmets coming in, and then the tailor-made stuff, the actual gear will take a little bit longer. He said 12 weeks out on that. So it's there, it's coming. Once we get the invoice for everything, then we'll turn it into FEMA, and that'll be pretty much covered. That was that 95.5 grant that we got, and we definitely needed. Our power cots ordered, it should be in hopefully this month. We had an 8-week lead time on it, so it should be in, I'm hoping by the end of February, if not 1st of March, but it's on its way. The quarter auction, our quarter auction is Saturday, March 21st, 2020. Doors open at 5 p.m. The auction starts at 6. That's a pretty good fundraiser. That's actually our ladies that put that on. We have a really good time with that. And then they do a lot for us too, buying equipment and such. So if you guys could support that, that'd be great. And then the only other thing I got tonight, we had a CPR class on January 28th, which was last Tuesday. The cost of the class was $3. That was to print the card stock to get the cards. The way they're gonna work that, I should've got with Debbie, they're gonna invoice the fire department an invoice and the police department an invoice, because the police were there also. I can't remember exactly how many fire we had there. I know Chief Gipe said they had 5 police officers there, so it's like $15. It's dirt cheap. The lady comes down is Cindy Annan. She's one of our EMS coordinators. She's super good trainer, and she always treats us good. So, but that'll be coming. So, other than that, that is all I have.
I'm glad you didn't have much.
Hey, man.
And the
Busy man.
question,
Oh, we got a question.
just, it's an easy one. The 2 that are gonna go to that training are Jesse and who?
Jesse Bryan and Dustin King.
Dustin. that's
Once
right.
I talk with Debbie, we're going to do every training we do. We're going to use the form the solicitor provided us with the training. So they would definitely have to sign that to guarantee us time here, and that will be signed before we even sign them up for the class. So that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Police.
All right. He brought up the CPR training. It was $15. I wasn't really,
Should be okay with that.
yeah, it's, I forget what I'm allowed to spend. The monthly report, I'll have that to you guys next meeting. So I'll have your report for that. Our police car is at the dealership. From the manufacturer, it finally made it to the dealership. The decals, I had Debbie, for the decals, we had $1,000 approved to get decals. It came in at $650. So save a little bit of money there. So we'll have, decals are gonna be put on at the dealership. It'll probably be, we'll do 2 POs on that one, but when the car gets delivered here, it's gonna come off the truck, all the police equipment, decals, it's ready to go. Only thing we'll have to do is put the radio on it, which I think Daniel can handle that, and I think I got him popped in to throw the whole force in the trunk, so that'll help. But it is at the dealership, so that's a good thing, it just needs a police equipment put on, so that's what they're working on there. I have, one of my officers, Tim Erickson, is going to be stepping down from part-time to auxiliary. Wrote me an email saying, I'd like to request that I can be moved to auxiliary patrolman, and I request the police keep my current unit number. Furthermore, I'd like to express that I'm very grateful for the part-time position I've held since 2014, and down the road, I'd be more than willing to move back up to that part-time position if needed and help out where I can in the meantime as auxiliary patrolman. Thank you. So we need a motion to accept him going down to auxiliary, or
Wait a second, I want to ask you something. What's the reason? He's busy on his other job or what?
he's busy and hasn't been able to put in the part-time hours for me that I
That's
need.
what I want to know.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him go down to auxiliary, and then as soon as we approve that, I'm going to request that we put Mitch King on part-time tonight as well, and he'll be taking Tim's spot on the part-time position.
I'll go ahead and make the motion.
Second.
You want King in there too? Put them both at the same time?
But we'll do it separate.
Okay.
All right, Bennett,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yeah.
and Schott.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now you want King.
I want Mitch King in part-time, and I'd like approval for him to be able to go get a medical exam, to Debbie to go ahead and set up a medical, or his physical. It's a normal practice. So I'll need approval for the physical and the approval up to $75 for VCI FBI background check, and to pay him $11 an hour.
That's a move.
Second.
Bennett,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
and Shop.
Yes.
And that's all I've got. I've got the hours kind of cut back right now because of winter, and we will be bumping them back out starting next month. So everything's going good.
All right. We'll go Village Administrator.
I got a couple things. The first being, County One Lift Station, I've been dealing with trying to get quotes for the two biggest things, which are the last two things to go. With that, I've gotten quotes from Smith and Loveless for the complete pumping station. I also have one of their representatives coming down here within the next week or so to meet with me and kind of go over exactly what is needed. Because when this vehicle struck our lift station, it really wasn't inspected, and Smith Loveless is the maker of the pump system and also everything that's involved with the actual mechanical working parts of that lift station. So he'll be here sometime within the next week or two. There is a 8 to 10 week lead time on this complete pump system, which comes in at $32,000. It's not cheap, it's part of the insurance thing, but they do everything from retrofitting to doing completely brand new. So until I talk with a representative from them, we still have a long time, 8 to 10 weeks from the time we would want to order it until the time they actually get here. So
Is the
between here and there.
transfer switch in on that price?
No, transfer switch, that's not the transfer switch, that's the pumping station. That's the actual two pumps that go into the ground with your whole control board up top and everything are two different things. The transfer switch, which I'll get to in a second,
Okay.
is through Buckeye Power Sales. So just so you kind of know what we're looking at, that's to replace everything. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna need everything replaced, but I'd feel a lot better with replacing what we have instead of putting a brand new control board on top and trying to run 42-year-old pumps, which you just replaced an impeller on a year ago for $1,300. So it's one of those things, once he comes here and we look over everything and we can see if it's actually gonna be a complete replacement or if we can get away with doing control board or retrofitting. So, but even at that, fiberglass, they call it a dog box, which actually covers everything. She damaged that, so I'll have to get a new one of those, but they come in as complete units or they can retrofit it to whatever you have, so. It'll be kinda up in the air as, but that price is kinda, it's not set right there, so until they get here, I'll be speaking with them to see where we're going from there.
Steve, being that she only had $25,000, what happens when the insurance company pays it? Do they go after her license or put it on hold so she pays or what?
She had 25,000 in coverage,
State level.
She had state.
state minimum, and who's paying the excess?
Guessing we are.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so,
Our insurance.
so unless they had a claim that they could bring against her, was she drunk or anything?
No, distracted drives. She was-
Yeah, no, I think they would pay up to the policy limits, and then that would be the end of it. I mean, I don't know how they'd have a claim against her if she's the insured.
So are you telling me that we have to go to court to try to recover the rest of it?
That
Oh,
would be.
the excess that you pay?
Yeah.
You
Wouldn't the
wouldn't,
insurance company do that? Our insurance company?
well, do we have any excess coverage for that? For, like, if she's underinsured, we have coverage?
Yeah,
in
we're
case of-
covered for that. I mean, I would have to
Right.
talk with our Whitaker Myers and find out exactly how much.
Okay.
I don't have the number off the top of my head.
Okay, so what would happen is they would, the excess coverage would kick in and it would pay, and then your claim against her is subrogated to the excess carrier.
They would have to go after her then.
They would go after her and
Okay.
determine whether she's collectible and all of that. But your excess will pay it, and then that carrier gets the subrogated claim from you, and they can go after her if they choose.
Basically, our insurance company will go after her, after her 25,000 kicks in, and it's all gone, so, effectively, right?
Right. They get your claim.
Yeah, they pick.
As long as it don't cost us.
That's exactly right.
All right, the other thing, I've been talking with Buckeye Power Sales. The transfer switch, which was hit really hard, and was pretty much totaled. I mean, everything inside of it was busted loose. well, you were there, I mean, Bill was there.
It was all the way off the foundation.
Yeah, it got knocked loose out, it got knocked off the bolts that were
Yeah.
cemented in. That's complete. I talked with a representative for Buckeye Power Sales. The price on that is actually significantly less than what I thought it would be. It comes in at around $11,000, a little more, $11,691. So, but compared to what they used to be, and even the one that the model number I gave him, and he even said, he's like, "Those weren't built very well back then anyway."
Yeah, mine
So-
cost 3,400 some 20
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, and this is a three-phase running a generator into it. So all of that's gonna have to be addressed. Now with that one, the lead time's 11 weeks because of the stainless steel enclosure, making it weatherproof out there. So we still have time to look at that, but I just kinda wanted to give everybody here an idea of the numbers, where we're at with that. And also, I'm not just gonna be contacting Buckeye Power Sales, I'll be talking to about 2 or 3 other power suppliers and seeing if they can come in lower, now that I have a model number and make, and see if we can get a lower amount, but usually Buckeye Power Sales is lower than anybody else. Those are the 2 things I got there. Our blue sewer truck was decaled, and that's already done. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about. I think that's about all I have for right now. I'm starting to submit, for paving, looking to see if we can, actually, there's another thing I just realized I got to talk about. For paving through the application for, Stark County Commissioners for Municipal Road Fund, I'm gonna be submitting 2 of those instead of just 1, that way in case the one doesn't go through, maybe the other will. Talking with Mayor Hartman, we were looking mostly at Main Street. We were looking at from the intersection up here at Second, down to Third, and then from Third down to Seventh. So I'm gonna divide those up in 2. If one doesn't go through, then the other one can go through.
Did you ask about what I said? This was a state highway at one time, and they left us have so much money because it was a state highway.
This is municipal road fund, so that has nothing to do with that. There's like 2 different things, so, but this way we could get, for the paving part of it, we could possibly get money to offset in case we wanted to go forward and do something. This is just a form through the county, and they appropriate it per, designation. Say that Maslin gets 3.5 million, we could get 200,000. Don't quote me on those numbers, but they prorated for whoever submits it and what your costs are, what the need is, so. I
See,
wanna
we
be-
haven't asked for nothing for a long time, so we might be in.
But I'm asking for 2 of them, that way, if I just ask for one and one gets denied, or they're like, well, you're only gonna get this much, then we have 2 separate things where that's gonna be. That's for paving, so that's in the works too. I reviewed the agreement for water service between City of Canton and us. I'm gonna be going over that with Stephen, and that should be probably moving forward, giving them their copies, and if they have any questions. So that's moving forward, so that's all I have.
Okay, a couple questions. Elliott property, have we talked to anybody more?
Yeah, we went out there. Ed went out there and looked at it. Mr. Elliott was under the idea that he was gonna be in 3-phase, which he doesn't need 3-phase. I don't think his understanding of electric is as good as his understanding of natural gas stuff, because what he actually wanted was 110, 220. He wanted single phase.
Okay,
So we can do that easily. We can do that a lot easier and a lot cheaper than we can 3-phase. So, he goes down to Texas once a week and he's back here for a week and he's kinda in and out. So I had Ed go out there and tell him exactly what he needed for us to hook him up at the pole, so.
what are we gonna do on the water?
We haven't talked about that yet. I haven't had a chance to speak with him because I already told him it's not gonna happen overnight. We're not gonna let you hook up and.
He had said something to me about the water going across the properties off of Seventh,
Yep.
where you live at. And I told him, I brought it up about, wouldn't it be better if we just hooked on to 93, go up over the hill and go through the railroad track?
Well,
Go ahead.
And up to this point with him, and I asked him whenever I was out there talking with him, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, what his intentions were, if it was only fire suppression or if it was also for drinking water. And he said for both, and I was like, you can't do both, you have to run 2 separate lines. Fire suppression's a lot easier, but with any type of drinking consumable thing, with the EPA is gonna get involved, you're gonna have to have a hydrant every 500 feet.
That's what you told me.
So he kinda understood that, and he also asked me about getting easement for right-of-way on ODOT, and I put him in touch with ODOT's regional office to kinda get that figured out if he wants to go up 93. It'd be a lot easier.
Actually, there's probably no
it's-
trouble on the 93 part at the railroad track, because as long as you stay off the railroad property, you're okay, but you gotta get a good
But,
person
and that's,
to dig it.
and that's gonna be all on him. Obviously, we're not doing any of the excavation work. We would watch him when they go to tie in and put a meter on it, but with him wanting to go across 2 properties, he also said that one of the owners, I believe was Mr. Renner, is in Florida, so I don't have any even easement agreement right now. So it's a, for lack of a better term, a pipe dream.
So we're still looking
So
at.
it's not, there's nothing happening right now on that, that's kind of stalled, so.
How about, what are we doing on Dollar General?
They have yet to contact me, they said they'd be in contact, I asked them when they needed temporary power by, and they said, we're gonna be doing this, 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 and this, and they didn't really give me a timeline, so up until now, I'm in contact with them, but they haven't really been moving forward. They asked me when we could do it, and I asked them what their needs were, so we'll be doing it, we have everything we need to do that, it's been ordered, with the power in for them, but.
Steve, did your boss up there, you talked to him about the permit? Was it anything uncommon,
Well,
what they did?
it wasn't my boss, it was, the Stark County Health Department
Okay.
and the health commissioner, and I did talk to them. I had sent an email out, I believe, to all council, except the new councilwoman. But I can go over all of that with you if you'd like. Basically, there's communications that had come from an individual working for the village, and they were asking, first of all, when I said that there was a thought that they preferred this property be on a septic system, he immediately said, I don't want anybody on septic, our goal is to get everybody on sanitary sewer. But there was a communication that came from an employee at the village where they were asking, one, can we tie on at the nearest hub, I don't know the lingo, and two, can we go under the state route that's there? And the village employee had said, that's a main, a force main, I believe.
Yeah, local.
And he said, we will not allow you to tie into a main, and two, the state will not allow you to go underneath the state route. And as a result of that, they didn't explore it any further,
And I got the email you sent.
You got it, okay.
It was basically things that happened before that we weren't told about, that somebody here that worked here said, yeah, you can do this because I prefer you do it, and then I was brought in thinking that they need to tie into a force main, when this person had already said A, B, and C. So it was kind of out of my hands even doing any part of that.
But it never came in the council that they,
Well, the village, they talked to someone at the village, and the village told them that it was okay, or that they couldn't take the sewer over across the street, underneath the highway.
It would have cost them 3 times as much.
yeah, we did it out on 250.
I
But that's
understand.
okay, I
But that's,
understand.
well, that's why the health department was, they were wondering why too, I'm sure, because that's
I'm
what they told.
surprised the health department didn't contact somebody here.
Well, that's what I said too. First of all, we couldn't do nothing without contacting them, and here they gave the right of way to go ahead and put the septic systems in without ever telling us.
Well, but somebody from Beach
Somebody,
City told them
yeah.
that.
They said they can do that.
They
Yeah.
said we could do this.
and I told him, there's a great state of flux, at that period of time.
That was when
because
Donnie was
Donnie
off.
He was
We didn't
sick,
have Donnie.
and Greg hadn't yet come in, so.
Yeah, those were back in, I believe, April or May, like they were, or somewhere,
Yeah.
that's when it
A
started.
little bit later than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
when
almost-
Donnie was off, and,
It's understandable that.
Yeah.
yeah, it got on.
So it was a miscommunication.
And the health department, I'm sure they ain't gonna question that.
Well, if it don't work out for them, they'll have to come back to us anyway.
No, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they'll,
For sure.
They'll hook up.
they don't have much demand there, being a Dollar General.
I think Hazel, did you have a question for?
Yes, I wanted to ask, did you do any work on Straw Street and water?
That's yeah, talking with them right now, but nothing concrete.
And that was my question too, so.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, that's in the
Alright.
speaking stages. The other thing
Yeah.
I was going to say, Stephen just got it, I believe, the general, engineering agreement
This one here,
with Quicksall.
Quicksall.
He'll probably review that, I mean, it's pretty basic, I mean, it's nothing crazy, but that's just for your review. But and it's basically, like, you can review through it, but it's basically that we would use them if we ever need anything, not saying we would have to, but if we need to, they do it on an at-cost basis to them, if we ever have any questions there in Philly. So, that's that, it's just for your review, but other than that, that's all I have.
yeah. All right. And our solicitor who's back from sunny Guatemala.
Yes, thank you. So, as Greg said, the water contract, I'm getting some proposed changes from him on that. We should be able to send it out to the city in short order, and then we'll be waiting for them to get back to us. But I think we'll be in good shape, at least as far as our perspective on it goes. The other one was the health department. I have the documents, anything if you wanna look at that, or I can email
No,
it
as
to
long
you.
as you're
Yeah.
satisfied with it.
Yeah, and I'm happy to show you what because he said, I'll send you every email, every document, and they did, so I can show that to you. On this agreement, I don't know how quickly you need this turned around. The only things that I would change on it are, it only has a termination upon failure to perform, and I'd like there to be some out, like a 30-day out provision. I don't like us paying reasonable attorney fees. We'll pay the cost of their collection, or not pay the cost of their collection of the attorney fees. And then I hate AAA, I shouldn't say that.
Who just did?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of AAA, it's typically very expensive, especially for the small ones. So I usually prefer just litigated in court, especially for a political subdivision. But I don't know how open that is to
Do
negotiate.
you wanna send this back to me?
Yeah, I could do that, I
You
can cross it
send-
out and I'll send it over to them.
Okay.
And that is, that's all I have.
All right, well, good to have you back.
Thank you, Matt.
I have a question. You're talking, Canton number one. If Strasburg decides
Yeah,
that,
but we may not wanna do that right now.
Yeah, that's not,
Yeah.
wait, it's just in.
Wait till we get our contracts.
Yeah, until this is,
I do have,
Finalized.
I have a thank you letter from Believers Assembly for the contribution we give them to, on Christmas, $100. They said they've really had a bad year, they lost 56,000 gallons of water, had a water line break, and then they turned around, they had,
Which place is this, George? Is that back here?
yeah.
Okay.
They had their heat went out, they had to get a new boiler, so they've had rough times. They said
Well,
$100
then they
really
had
helped.
that storm damage where they had to rebuild a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they had that, it's just like,
You know,
somebody's trying to stop them, so they appreciate it.
that's actually
very
a
much.
good sign. that
Yeah,
somebody's
really,
trying to stop
exactly,
them,
we're
yeah.
doing well. We've got that, and that's about all I have. Are there any other questions? Any
I
other
did see
statements?
that you, come up with,
Yes, sir, yeah,
did you get a copy of that?
yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got a copy. I only made one change or something, like, it wasn't nothing, so we should be
Did you
fine.
take
Oh,
these off the committee?
I do know one thing. Which one? No, no, oh, me, did I take me,
Did you
yeah,
get
took
you
me
off?
off, yeah, I got one. The handbook, we have to work on this handbook because it's, you know, there's some things in there that's really gonna be taken care of. I was wondering if we could do that maybe next week, or maybe, do you wanna do it like an hour ahead of, council?
That would be okay
For the
with
next
me.
time.
How about the rest of you?
Would that be
Personally,
better?
I'd rather do it on a different day.
Different day,
because We get
depending
so
upon-
rushed when we
because-
try to do stuff before council.
I was gonna bring that up, because this way then, if we run into something, then we don't have to do it again. So like, if we could do it next week sometime, like it's.
You have special things
A special,
that you have wrote down that. you
yeah,
can
she
change?
has a couple in the back, I have, a couple in my office. So there's at least 3 or 4 different things I know of right now that
So
she
you wanna
said
do it
that
at a
they-
different time?
I think that, cause then we won't have to rush,
Right,
to
we
get
can
done
just
with
Would
start,
you
the
wanna do it
council
on an
meeting.
off Monday?
that's fine with me.
like next Monday,
Is that,
if that would be okay? Would
Same
it-
time.
We usually do it at 6, no.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
would-
absolutely.
Well, if you're
okay.
gonna do it at night that we don't have council meeting,
Yeah.
either 6 or 7, whatever you want.
No,
No,
6
6
is
is
good.
fine, yeah.
That way we
I
can
just
get
wanted to
home.
know.
so like 6 next Monday?
Yeah, next Monday at 6 o'clock. That sounds like a good idea.
We've been
That would
talking
be
about
the,
it for a while.
that would be the
Yeah.
10th.
Yeah, I'll be on the 10th.
Mayor, I've got a lot of handbook stuff in Lexipool that I can
Oh, good, that'll help us.
help you with.
That'll help
I
us
can't
stay
be here
open.
next meeting because I've got Wilmot's meeting,
Okay,
but if you are next
I can
Monday,
get it from you.
as I say, Greg's got
okay, yeah, that's great.
access to everything I did with Lexipool. I pretty much took everything and
Please
it's
make sure.
a lot of things to help you guys.
I'll be sitting over at the office.
You know what, I'll have the police come around, give you guys a notice.
Oh, we're gonna have a special meeting then, that's
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
that's good, okay.
I
They're
never
not
see
doing
that.
anything.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other questions or statements? Nothing? Okay. That's the meeting.